In the quaint town of Eldridge, overshadowed by a dense forest, lay an abandoned mansion that held a dreadful secret. The townsfolk whispered tales of the mansion's previous dwellers, the Harringtons, a family that vanished without a trace. Will, an adventurous teenager, was fascinated by these stories. He decided to explore the mansion one stormy evening, armed with his courage and a flashlight. As he stepped into the mansion, an icy draft sent chills down his spine, but he powered through. As Will explored, he suddenly heard a faint noise. A soft melody echoed through the empty halls. It was a lullaby, one he vaguely remembered from his own childhood. The eerie familiarity unnerved him, but his curiosity won. He followed the sound, finding himself in a nursery. The room was untouched by time, a crib in the corner still housing a porcelain doll, its dead eyes seeming to follow him. A sudden gust of wind blew the window open, and a blood-curdling scream echoed through the mansion. It was a woman's voice, filled with pure terror. Panic surged through Will, his heartbeat pounding in his ears. The scream seemed to come from downstairs. Against his better judgment, he ventured down into the mansion's depths. The scream had led him to a hidden basement, its entrance concealed behind a bookshelf. The room was filled with an unsettling chill, and the walls were lined with pictures of the Harringtons. Their eyes were blackened out, their smiles twisted into expressions of fear. In the corner, he noticed a mirror, its silver surface clouded with age. As he looked into it, he saw not his reflection, but a scene playing out. It was the Harringtons, their faces twisted in terror as they were tormented by an unseen force. Then came the screams, the same ones he'd heard moments ago. He watched in horror as one by one, they disappeared, swallowed by an ominous darkness. Shaking, he turned to leave, but stumbled upon an old diary. It belonged to Mrs. Harrington. Towards the end, her entries became frantic, filled with fear of the watcher. The last entry, dated the day they disappeared, read, "He comes through the mirror. Our screams only feed him. May God save us." Suddenly, the mirror began to shake violently, and an unspeakable creature began to claw its way into the room. It was the Watcher. Paralyzed with fear, Will could only watch as the creature advanced. His screams echoed through the mansion, reaching the townsfolk. But when they arrived, they found the mansion empty, save for a single open diary and a flashlight. Will had become another mysteriously vanished soul, a forgotten echo in the haunted Harrington mansion.